What's going on YouTube? It's your girl Emily Lene, and I am back again with another video. Listen, I'm getting used to doing these videos for y'all, so I hope y'all tune in, like, comment, and subscribe for a vibe, because I'm locked in with y'all, so I hope y'all lock in with me. But I'm really just here to tell y'all, like, to do what you want to do what makes you happy. People are going to talk about you, whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad, whether you're happy or you're sad, rich or broke. People got something to say because I just feel like we live in a world that's just full of judgmental people. And, instead of worrying about themselves and doing good for themselves, they rather speak on other people and their situations. When I first decided to become an entrepreneur and take that risk and just work for myself, because I knew a long time ago that I didn't want to work for anybody. I was scared, and I got opinions of other people. And let me tell you one thing about it. If I had listened to everyone else's opinion about how I felt and what I thought was possible for me, I probably wouldn't even still be an entrepreneur till this day. And that comes with just having a mind of your own, trusting yourself, loving yourself, and just having that fire within yourself to know, like, I'm going to bet on myself every single time. Every time you do something, you should have that attitude. And sometimes you go out there and you get the opinions of others, hoping for that support, hoping that, they will fuel you up into your journey. But, a lot of times people put their own fears and judgment on your plans. And sometimes it's because they care about you, but sometimes that could be very harmful to you in your journey. When I first started my entrepreneurship journey, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to go. But let me tell you what helped me out tremendously. And that's why I'm on this platform today showing up, because it did so many great things. Like, YouTube was the reason why I told myself that I'm going to give it a shot. I just seen so many people doing so many things, doing different types of businesses, all different type of trades. And I seen myself in some of those people. Like, these people just got on here and they tried, do-it-yourself projects. I love YouTube University. And I don't know why it took me so long to be a part of it, as far as like getting in front of the camera and talking to you guys and stuff like that. But I guess it was like building up the courage to get here. But YouTube was the main reason why I said to myself that I can get out here and I can do it. And that was literally like the first place I started, to learn different, skills, and, looking up how you talk to people and how to approach people, looking up, different entrepreneurs that were documenting their journey. YouTube had it all for me. It was like basically like that book that you didn't need to read. You could just click on the video and watch it through, and then you digest it and you get whatever information that you want out of it, or what you need to apply to your life. So YouTube, man, listen, shout out to YouTube, because YouTube has been here for a long time. It's been some great people on here that share some great information that has inspired me. And I kid you guys not, like, the first thing, when I got into YouTube, there were like ads popping up about wholesaling. I got into that. That was like my first, run with getting into real estate. And I have skills in real estate. I have skills in Airbnb. I have skills from renting out cars. And you got to understand, like, something like YouTube could put you into a position where you have transferable skills in any aspect of life as an entrepreneur. Like, there's not one video on here you can't tell me you could search up and not learn how to learn something that you're inspiring to do, because there are so many people out here that's literally giving free gems in their videos, but you're not just, basically you're not sitting there to sit through that video to get the information. Just like many other things in life, we try to skip the process. See, me, if I feel like a video is informational to me and it's an hour and a half, 2 hours long, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to watch it. I need to see the information. I need to hear it. I need to, just resonate with the video per se. And that's literally how I got my journey started. I started, looking up stuff about real estate, and then that turned into Airbnb, that turned into Turo, and let me tell you guys, I've done so much in that small window of just me becoming an entrepreneur that it was insane. It was like I was living on this high horse because it was so new and refreshing, because I'm like, man, I'm really out here doing things that I don't have to do at somebody's job. I'm pretty much making my own hours. I'm doing the work. I'm seeing the results that's coming in, and I don't know everything, but because I took action, I'm learning as I go. And let me tell you, it was such a great experience, and it really made me tap into, who I am and who I can be in business. And one thing I could tell you about entrepreneurship is, like, if you don't have the mental capacity, if you don't have the, strong backbone within yourself, man, listen, I ain't gonna lie, entrepreneur can eat at you, but this what comes with, I feel like, wanting the freedom, wanting to be free, wanting to have your own time, wanting to, go out there and do the things that you couldn't normally do if you was like working all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with working. I'm not against it. I will go get a job at any given time because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But YouTube has really did great things for me, wonderful things for me, and I'm still learning and growing with, the content creators that's on here and the people that's constantly putting out information every single day. So I'm telling you this to tell you that if you're looking for that moment to start YouTube, I would suggest to anybody. You'll learn so much in, I would say, a course of an hour or two on something that you want to learn about, because there's so many people that came before you and failed and succeeded, and they documented that for you to see. So watch YouTube. If you're trying to be an entrepreneur, or if you're trying to just learn any area, of life, YouTube is like my best friend. YouTube is like a 4-year to college degree for me. Something I don't have to pay for is free information out there. But that's what got me out here doing the things that I'm doing, because I was able to physically see someone doing it and talk about it, and a lot of times you don't have, mentors or people you could connect with locally, but you have someone on YouTube that could speak life to you, that could, inspire you to go out there and try it. But one thing I can say, like, even with you getting all that information, you cannot have analysis paralysis, meaning like you taking all this information in, but you're not taking no action. And I feel like during my entrepreneurship journey, it took me a while to actually take action. And then it also took like something far as like a job upsetting me to be like, you know what? I'm going to go all in with this because I don't like this. I don't like how things are going here. And I would rather, take a chance on myself and see, where I get with it and go full throttle. And that's what I did. And, I'm forever grateful. I'm forever humble. But I'm just telling you could do all the research you want. You could do all the, seminars and mentors and all this other things to get you going. But at the end of the day, it's all about taking so much action. Just like I'm sitting here in front of this camera and I'm talking to you, which I probably couldn't have done before because analysis paralysis, worried about what people would think about my videos, worried about if I would say something wrong or if I had anything to talk about. But I'm definitely in a different space of, putting myself out there always, and embracing the journey, So like I said, when it comes to taking that risk and taking that leap of faith, it requires massive action. Like I said, you can learn from some of the greatest people in the world, but it starts with you, executing, taking action, and moving towards the things that you want, And I'm just grateful, and I hope, this video will just kind of lead you in the right direction to know that you have tools, you have, things around you that you can learn right now. Like, you don't have to wait 6 months to a year or, when I get the money. There's free things out here right now that you can learn from, you can use, and you can prosper with. That's what I did, One thing about it, I used to say free is for me, but I totally understand the power of mentorship. You know, it cuts the time in half, you know, but it is also a great feeling to know that something that you learn on your own, and you know somebody didn't teach you and you went through the hurdles, you know, it gives you that grit, you know, it gives you that good feeling behind you, like, wow, you know, this is something that I self-taught. And a lot of things in my life I have self-taught myself, and I'm so proud because I'm still self-teaching. You know, one thing I do want to say, never ever not be a student to anything in life. Always be willing to be coachable, teachable. Don't act like you know everything, because there's someone out there that knows just about more than you do, if not, you know, above and beyond. So always be coachable, always be, you know, open to constructive criticism, and you know there's you know, different ways to learning new things. But listen, you just got to set yourself up for success. Take action, you know, put all that other noise in your background, because it doesn't matter. And the thing about it is, a lot of people are not going to believe in what you believe in, and that's okay. But as long as you believe in yourself, as long as you believe, you know, where you're going, and you take those actions towards what you're working towards, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And your character development, man, it does something to you. I feel like entrepreneur, as far as character development, it does something to you because you're always constantly learning. But if y'all resonate with that and y'all feel what I'm saying, man, all I need y'all to do is just comment entrepreneur in the comments, you know, so I know that y'all, you know, felt what I was saying, you know. Y'all already know what to do. Y'all here, so like, comment, and subscribe for a vibe, and I wish y'all the best, man. Go out there and be great.
When it's your turn, I'm talking about when it's your turn, make sure all your moves is to position you to continue to have your turn.